Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Northeastern Conference Girls Soccer. And I can smile and say I can read the classical numbers. The reason that they're wearing different uniforms. They have uniforms. The shirt is like a pink ribbon and pink in classical because they're honoring Cancer Month. English did it wearing pink jerseys. Classical's doing it as well. Nice to see. And it's good to see Kebrew out there. She was hurt, missed some games. She got hurt the last game, but came back. And now she's back out there. And I feel bad for Mike Schenner. His first year coaching classical. He missed half his players for half the season. They were expected to have a pretty good team. They got some players coming back, but they had people out for a lot of games, and they had people shifting around, playing different positions. And that's Anna Flaherty kicking it away. She stepped in when Alexandra Show started the season, and she went out. And filling in was Flaherty. And they let the ball roll all the way to Ella Galante Barrett. She is the goaltender for Salem. Salem is 5-6, looking to go to 500. Classical is looking for their second win. Mary Collins pushed it up and then went a little too far. Izzy McGaughy trying to track it down. It went to the goaltender, Galante Barrett, and she kicked it away. And it goes out off Kathleen Mannion. I have to say Kathleen because we also have Molly Mannion. Kathleen, it wasn't going out. She was hoping it was going to go out. It didn't. She kicked it out. And Salem will throw it in. And it's going to go all the way through. Flaherty will get it, and she'll kick it away. She hooks it way wide off to the left side and into the classical bench area. Little feeling out here in the early going. Thurman has it knocked away. That's a name that people, especially classical athletic followers, will certainly know. Ed and Tony. Tony was an All-American on the Bob Hope Show in football. Very good basketball player as well. Eddie, quarterback and very good basketball player. Two outstanding athletes, two of the better athletes that come out of classical high school and out of Lynn for that matter, or the North Shore. And it's going to go out of play. Hebrew gets it, pushes it too far ahead for Mary Collins, and Salem picked it off. lead pass, trying to walk in. Page and Kebrew kind of squashed her and couldn't get the shot off. And when they did, Salem player went down. She's getting back up. She's okay, thank God. And the free kick is going to be awarded to Classical. Back. Correnti knocked it ahead. Looking for Nerick. Salem knocks it deep. Eventually it's going to go out of play. Correnti will take the throw in. Great hustle by Madison White to try to get there before that ball went out. She was flying down the near sideline trying to go get it. Nerick tipped it to the middle. Salem takes it away. Little touch pass. They were looking for White breaking. They pushed it too far ahead. Flaherty takes it away and kicks it away. Salem back at it. In the Classical end, they knock it to the far side, tipped away. Flaherty will track it down. Salem knocks it into the Classical bench area. Salem had a little, so far the edge with territorial-wise. Nobody's got a shot yet on net. Broken up, knocked out. That was Page. Mary Collins pops it up for Nerick. Nerick tracks it down, leaves it for Correnti. Trying to get it upfield, it got picked off. Nerick broke it up. Salem knocking it to the far side. And a long boot from around the 30-yard line. Went way wide right and out of play. The weather is really, really bad. It's overcast, threatening to rain, and we're supposed to get some heavy rain. It's starting to rain a little heavier now. And it was the first time in my lifetime that I got a call on my phone warning me of the storm and the weather today, and don't try to drive through any large pools or water. Or that one didn't hit the post, it hit the goal post up behind the net. It came back in play, but it was out. Hospital will kick it away. So the weather is extremely bad. And bad enough that Arlington Catholic was supposed to come tonight and play St. Mary's after this game at 7 o'clock. And that game has been postponed. Hebrew knocked it away, goes and gets it. Keeps it in play. It's tipped by Salem and knocked out. And I should mention that the community and the city of Lynn and the sports family lost a great figure in Bill Telecki. He was the GM of the Navigators here at Fraser Field. He's only been in Lynn, I think it's like 6 or 7 years, but he's become a true Lynner. He's been great he got involved in the Chamber of Commerce. He was helping out the schools. He helped Little League and Babe Ruth and AAU teams, and he didn't say no to anybody. And he was just a terrific, terrific gentleman. And he lost his battle to cancer. His mass and his funeral was today. The wake was last night. Very well attended. His family was here. But he certainly made a huge impact on the city of Lynn in a very short period of time. And he was just a very giving, caring man. And when a void comes up that big, you never fill it. You never have anybody come along and fill that void, because you can't find, there aren't many of those guys around, those people around. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to Bill Tulecki's family, relative, friends, and loved ones, who he had many, a legion of friends. They call classical offside. And God bless him. I hope he's in heaven. I know he's in heaven. I hope he's watching over, guiding and praying for everyone that was left behind when he was taken. He will be missed. He will be remembered. And he was an outstanding gentleman who made his time here certainly extremely important and valuable. So rest in peace, my friend Bill Tulecki. Salem couldn't keep it in, it went out. Andrew Douglas is the head coach of Salem. Mike Shenna, first year for Classical. And the only thing I told Mike is, put this in your rear view mirror, and from here, it's got to be upward and onward. I don't know if anybody has ever had a year like this where you lose at one time, lose 4 or 5 of your best players. Derek knocks it down, gets it back, starts it up, has it tipped away. Hebrew knocked it away, blocks it again, kicks it upfield. McGuire with a rush, pushing it ahead, looking to go get it. Just got beat. Saravino just got a foot in front of McGuire as she was walking in. She had 2 players on her right and left she could have passed it to. She could have walked in. Vino made the nice defensive play. Page keeping it in. Collins with it, blocked. Page knocks it ahead. Collins keeps it in. Collins got taken down with an incidental trip. And Classical will get the free kick just inside Salem territory. Hebrew will take it. Now it's going to be Mannion. And that's Kathleen Mannion. Tip toward the net. McGuire was looking for it. Couldn't get there. Tipped ahead by Classical. They almost tipped it again. Thurman reached for it. She was trying to tip it to McGuire, who would have been all by herself. And Salem just knocked it away. Mannion knocking it deep. Thurman collects, and they call her offside. They waited a couple of seconds to blow the whistle, but they called her offside. Hebrew steps in front, knocks it upfield. Salem knocks it back. Mannion got a piece of it. And there's Hebrew with it. Gets it back in the Salem end. Salem takes it right back in the Classical end. Long pass. Flaherty coming way out of the net will field it way over to the near side, out near the 5-yard line. And kicks it away. High in the air. Bouncing around. Battle going on. They let it go. Rigo and Collins were arm in arm looking for the ball. They missed the header. Flaherty will kick it away. Mannion knocks it away. Lead pass. Flaherty will get there first. Pushed it too far. Looking for Madison White. McGaughey with it. Knocks it deep. Thurman's going to get there first. Down the near side. Salem got a foot in and knocked it away. Carenti will take the throw in. Thurman got a piece of it. Just too far ahead for McGaughey to go get it. Galante Barrett played on a hop and boots it away. Keeber got a head on it but couldn't control it. Now she gets it back, broken up by Salem. Keeber got away with a little bit of a grab. Page tipped it ahead. Salem took it away. Walking in, trying to get the shot. They lob it in, and they score. Nice little touch pass in front and coming in and just knocking it home. They threw it out in front, and before Flaherty could get there, before they could get to the ball, it was Madison White getting a foot on it and tipping it by. Flaherty had no chance. She went to get it. And sitting on the doorstep, picking off the pass, and all she had to do was tip it in. McGaughey broken up. They knock it all the way back to Keebrew. Trying to knock it back, it got deflected all the way back. Salem picks it off, they knock it deep. Flaherty will come out, get it, and kick it away. They made a couple of nice passes, and White was right in front, breaking to the pass, and all she had to do was just redirect it. And she throws it out in front, threw it a little bit ahead of, too far ahead of the would-be receiver. Now here comes Thurman. Thurman's trying to keep it in, and she does, and she gets around the defense. Still with it. Great effort by Ava Thurman. Salem finally knocked it out. She beat a couple of defenders, but couldn't get the shot off and couldn't get it out in front. Headed toward the net. Salem knocks it back out. And Correnti once again will take the throw in. McGaughy trying to keep it alive. Salem knocks it away. And Kathleen Mannion ran into the Salem player. She tried to get around her. Salem player went down. Salem's going to get a free kick from their 35-yard line. She went for the ball. They pulled the ball, pushed it a little bit to her left, and then all she got was the ankle of the Salem player and took her down. Halfway through and counting this first half, Salem has got on the board with a goal by Madison White. Tipping it ahead, Madison White looking for it again. Got surrounded by Kebrew and Kathleen Mannion and couldn't get control of the ball or get a shot off. Nice takeaway. Here comes Collins. She had that nice takeaway. Now she gets it back, tips it by, trying to knock it deep, and they're going to call Thurman offside. Tip of the hat to these young ladies out there playing soccer in ice cold weather. It's rainy, it's damp, and they're doing it in shorts. The goalies are good. Dressed from head to toe. But the players are in shorts, and God bless the players who are on the bench that aren't playing. They have to sit there, and some of them are running up and down the track trying to stay warm instead of sitting on the bench. Thurman trying to knock it deep. McGuire onside, trying to walk in. Gets the shot off. Couldn't get a good shot off there. Kept pushing it to the right side. Nice pass by Thurman. Good effort by McGaughy. They kept pushing her to her right. She finally got the shot off, and it went wide to the right side off the goalie, Galante Barrett. And Glasgow will get a corner kick. Correnti will take it. Good effort by Thurman and McGaughy. Izzy almost got one. Almost tied it up. There's a few die-hard fans here. A lot of umbrellas. Out in front, Glasgow got a head on it. And there was Olivia Waterman trying to line it up. Had to use her left foot. She got under it and kind of drop kicked it high over everything and out of play. Molly Mannion took it away. Salem gets it back. Kathleen Mannion tipping it to Correnti to the near side. Knocking it up. Here's Thurman again. Couldn't get around O'Leary. That's a name that Salem people will certainly know. Blocked by Salem. Nice lead pass, looking to walk in. Down that far side. Salem gets back again, playing defense, and knocks it away. Collins with the nice lead pass, but they got there first. Couldn't get the shot off. Couldn't turn toward the net. Salem was able to get a foot in and knock it away. Headed up. Salem knocks it away. Classical keeps it in. Trying to walk in. Loose out in front. Blocked by the defense. They called Classical offside. Working hard to get the shot off. It kept bouncing around. Nobody could find a foot on it. By the time they did, Classical was behind the defense. They called them offside. Collision. Both players go down. They're not going to give him a free kick. They're going to say it went out off Kebrew. Boy, Kebrew didn't take any prisoners there. Little cross body check. Little hip check. I'm just happy both of them got up. They did give him a free kick. They called it against Kebrew. And the kick goes sailing wide right and out of play. Flaherty will kick it away. Collins heads it up. McGaughey got a head on it. Looking for it. McGaughey working hard. It went off Thurman's foot. Tipped away. Carenti knocked it. Now knocked out of play off Classical. Kebrew overran it, gets it back, trying to knock it deep. Salem knocks it back the other way. Page got a piece of it, knocked it upfield. Salem battling, and then Salem carried it out of play. And I don't know if they're saying hit her in the hand. I think they're saying it bounced up and hit her in the hand because Salem is going to get a free kick. That throw and bounced and got a piece of, there was a couple of seconds before they blew the whistle. They knock it deep. Flaherty comes all the way out, almost to the 10-yard line. Plays it on a couple of hops, and she'll kick it away. She has played very well in net since taking over. Page knocks it away nicely. Blocked. White, who has the goal, looking for the ball. Classical took it away. And now they knock it into the Classical bench area. Salem will get the throw in after Salem makes a couple of substitutions, but we're going to have a timeout on the field first. So a couple of ticks. Actually, the clock runs down to 12 minutes, and we got a timeout down on the field. Salem leading Classical 1-0. Come back. Classical trying to get it upfield. Salem trying to keep in the Classical end. It got knocked out off Salem, right again into the Classical bench area. Page with the throw in after a substitution. Trying to knock it deep. Kebrew knocked it down, takes it away. And she tried to give it to Nerrick, and she pushed it past her too far ahead and went out of play. down the far side. Classical will let it go. And it'll be out off Salem. Flaherty will kick it away. Off Salem. Classical trying to knock it deep. Flaherty coming out. Just got there. All the way out to the 10-yard line. And just got there. Stella Rowley was the girl that bore down on Flaherty, and she got there, tried to put her foot in. Flaherty just got there and took it away. Now it's back in the classical bench area again off Salem. Classical in the Salem end. Pass is blocked. Salem takes it away. Knocked out by Salem. Mary Collins drops it back. They give it back to Kebrew. Off Nerrick, and it goes out of play. Popped straight up in the air. Mary Collins came away with it, still with it. Knocks it deep. Salem gets there and knocks it out of play. That one goal, the difference by Madison White had the nice pass out in front, had a wide open net to knock it in. And that's been it. Salem really hasn't come close since then. Gospel had that one try. Thurman and Izzy McGaughey got them close, and McGaughey's shot just went a little wide right. Other than that, it's been played virtually between the 20-yard lines. Salem trying to walk in. Take the shot. Flaherty goes down and smothers it. Nice job by Flaherty. Salem got close, but they had to take it from a kind of a tough angle. Flaherty got over and held the post. Thurman tips it ahead. McGaughey out in front, trying to walk in. In there. Takes the shot. They were catching it up to McGaughey and Thurman. Almost combined again. Nice save by Ella Galante Barrett. She came out, cut down the angle, and McGaughey had no choice except to shoot it right at her and hope maybe it would be deflected in. They were catching up. The ball was bouncing a little bit, and all she could do was just throw it on net and say a little prayer. It goes out off Thurman. But Thurman and McGaughey have done a nice job giving Classical a couple of scoring opportunities. Salem knocks it ahead. White against Kebrew. Kebrew won the battle. White got around a little bit but couldn't get a good shot off. She just hit a little ground ball. to the net. Collins with it, tried to tip it to Wadham and it got broken up. Correnti kept it in but then knocked it out. Salem will get the throw in. Eric gives it to Collins. Looking to knock it deep, knocked it too deep, it went out of play. Punching it ahead, there's McGaughey getting it, winning the battle. Thurman got a piece of it and knocked it off Salem. And we got a substitution for Classical. Correnti will take the throw in for the Lady Rams. And it goes out. And we're out off McLaren. Mannion knocks it deep. Deflects to the goaltender, Galante Barrett. She'll kick it away. 4 minutes and counting in this first half. 1-0 Salem. Page looking for it. I'm not sure what they called. I don't know if they... there was something... It wasn't on Page. She knocked it down. There was something back upfield. I was watching the ball, and they put it back at midfield. There was something back at midfield that they blew the whistle, and Salem was going to get a free kick. And Flaherty comes out, makes the basket catch with 2 white shirts bearing down on her. Correnti trying to get to McLaren. McLaren was turned one way. Correnti's pass went the other and goes out of play. Thurman takes it away. McGaughey pushes it by. Stays with it. Trying to get around. Broken up and knocked down. No call. Salem knocks it out. McGaughey is playing very, very well. And she got knocked down for her efforts there. They try to pooch it upfield. It went out off Classical. Out off McLaren. 2 minutes and counting. I was just looking up at the clock. Usually shut off at 2 minutes. They let it run down about 17 seconds before they realized that they should have shut it off. Now they shut it off. So we're well into the final 2 minutes. Correnti breaks it up. Salem picks it off. Hebrew missed it. Salem looking, getting around. Nice coverage. Correnti did a nice job of covering up. Hebrew went over. Correnti moved over to play that center field spot and made a nice defensive play. They knock it off Salem. running down this first half, 1-0 Salem. They're looking to get the sixth win and go to 6-6. This is a Salem team that will play St. Mary's. Jimmy Foley, the St. Mary's coach, is up here checking them out. Nice back checking by Page, knocked that away. And now we got a whistle. They called them offside again. McGaughey and Thurman, they've been a going concern here in the first half. They've got the only possibilities, chances that Classical has. Salem hasn't had much more after that one goal. Salem player just got wrapped up and knocked down. The player is still down. They blow the whistle for the half. Keebler got away with that one. She wrapped him up and threw her down. The one goal, no fault of Flaherty. It was Madison White getting a pass right in front of the net. Flaherty had no chance. She banged it home, and that's the difference. It's Salem 1, Classical nothing at halftime. We're just about set to start the second half here at Manning Field. 1-0 Salem on a goal by Madison White. After that goal, Salem really didn't do anything. Classical defense virtually shut them down. They had the ball in the Classical end, but they couldn't get hardly, I don't think they got a shot on Flaherty. Classical breaks it up. There's McGaughey again. She had a really good first half. Her and Thurman. Mary Collins with a nice shift. McGaughey off her foot. Waterman knocks it to the net, and McGaughey couldn't get there. Pass, a little too much mustard on the pass. Got all the way to the net, and Galanti Barrett picked it off. Collins knocks it down. Trying to knock it deep. Salem gets a foot on it, knocks it away. Pass a little bit behind Waterman. Waterman got a foot on the pass, tipped it away. Classical couldn't keep it in, it goes out of play. Vino with the throw-in for Salem. Taken away by Carenti, and it goes off the foot of Mackenzie Shea. Shea, good softball player. She was in second baseman, and they moved her to the outfielder last year. Did a nice job for the Lady Rams. And we'll have a substitution. As I say that, it's Mackenzie Shea being relieved of duty. Replaced by Eliza Carenti. We're talking about Ava Carenti as the defender. Eliza Carenti plays up front. Knocked away by Kathleen Manuel off a foot of Salem. And here's McGaughey again. Getting involved. Salem knocks it away. Mary Collins got a head on it. And now gets a piece of it, takes it away, deflected off. Off Kathleen Mannion. Thurman looking for it. Salem lets it go out of play off Classical. Mary Collins with it. Has it knocked away. Broken up by Kebrew. Page with it. Tipped ahead. And Salem knocked it out. Knocked it deep. Thurman couldn't get there. Salem knocks it out of play. Correnti gets around. Blocked. Tipped. Back to Page. Booted to the far side. Salem picks it off. And it's knocked away there by Correnti. And it's Ava Correnti because both Correntis are out in the field. And it called contact of some type. I guess they called it out of play. Well, they called it late because the ball was in play downfield, and they blew the whistle and said no, they were out before. Collins battling, takes it away. She's played well. They missed her. She was out for a while. I think they're still missing Guthrie. Salem knocks it out. I think this is going to be Classical's first corner kick. It'll come from the far side. And it appears as though it's going to be Eliza Correnti taking it. Usually it's Ava Correnti. Ground ball skips through, loose out in front. McGaughy couldn't get a shot off. It bounced up. She tried to get it up around her shoulder, her chest, part of her body, some part of her body, to try and tip it. And it just rolled down and slipped past and went out of play. And off Nerrick. Kathleen Mannion is one of those blue-collar workers. She doesn't take any prisoners. She battles, she gets in, she bumps, she bangs, taking the ball away. Tough on these kids because it's been raining and it keeps getting a little bit hotter. The rain's supposed to be very bad. Starting today, they're talking about possibly going into Friday. Here it goes out. Off Salem. Skips past Salem. Overran it. Trying to get around Kebrew. Kebrew knocked it away. Page with a little bump pushing it away. Page takes it away. It slips right through Correnti. McGaughy gives it back, and Correnti gives it back to McGaughy. And then it gets knocked out. Maureen McCarthy knocking it away. 10 seniors on this Salem team. Nice little shift by Correnti, but Salem picks it off. And Salem knocks it out. Knocked out by Isabella Cunha, freshman. Page with the throw-in. Page keeps it in. And it's going to go too far. Salem will let it go out. Popped up. Thurman pushed it ahead, couldn't go get it. A little too far, went out. Good effort by Thurman. I'm looking at Ella Galante Barrett in net for Salem. Remember last year, she was in net for Salem last year, obviously, and her brother was in net for the boys team, which you don't see very often. I think that ball bounced up and got somebody in the hand. Salem's going to get a free kick. The rain is still coming down pretty good. It's like a very fine mist. Not heavy stuff, but just enough to be a pain in the neck. Salem hasn't been down here that often. Glasgow's been keeping them away. Well, Glasgow can't get any shots on net. They knock it deep. Flaherty will come way out of the net, pick it off, and she'll kick it away. McGaughey with it. She tried to knock it deep for Thurman. Defense was there to knock it away. Kebrew punches it away. And here's Kathleen Mannion who got knocked down. She just looked up at White and said, "What are you doing?" Actually, it was Rigo, 17, not 7. That was a collision. Tip. Kebrew trying to get control. Does. Like a couple of nice little shifts. Trying to knock it deep. Almost snuck it through. Thurman was looking to break down that far side. It skips past Page. She misfired trying to knock it upfield. Gets it back. Waterman looking for it. Deflected back to Salem. They slide it by Kebrew, but all I could do was just slip it back. Rolled in easily to Flaherty. Salem just kept it in. McGaughey tried to tip it to Correnti, and it went out of play. Eliza Correnti will go out. I think it's Mackenzie Shea coming back. Back to Page. Lost it. Tipped ahead. Nice little shift by Kebrew. Defense by Salem. Knocked it away. That was McCarthy. Tipped away by Mary Collins. Waterman collects. Collins tried to tip it, got a foot on it, and it wound up going out of play. Vino with the throw-in. Page collects. Back to Kebrew. Try to get upfield to Shea. It bounced over her and out of play. They knock it deep. They can't get around Kebrew. White, I'm going to call Kebrew for knocking it down with her hand. It bounced up and it hit her on the arm of the hand. Salem will get a free kick from the 10-yard line. And it'll be Isabel Acuna, who's the freshman, taking the kick. From the 10-yard line. Hooks it out in front, and Classical knocks it away. Kathleen Meany got a head on it. Waterman trying to knock it down. It's going to go out off Salem. They called it out off Classical. Now it's out off Salem. Classical will make a substitution. Waterman is the one going out. McLaren comes back. Knocked away from behind by Collins. She knocks it away. Knocks it upfield. Neither team can get anywhere near the other team's goaltender. Haskell just kept it in. And now they knock it out. Kathleen Mannion. Pass picked off. They dump it in the middle. Classical knocks it away. Kebrew gets it to the far side. Nerrick, broken up, gets knocked down for her effort. Kathleen Mannion blocked it. Salem blocked that pass. Mary Collins coming back. Broken up. Avoiding one. They lob it in. Flaherty was coming all the way out. White was there. Good thing Kebrew stepped in front and knocked it away because Flaherty was coming out. She was not going to beat White to the ball. But Kebrew did and knocked it out. And now Kebrew, a nice job knocking it off White out of bounds. Oscar doing a nice job defensively, but they just can't get anything going offensively. Salem knocks it out. With the exception of the one goal, Glasgow's defense has kept Salem away from Flaherty. Kebrew with it. To Page to the near side. Shea gets it back to McLaren, back to Page. And gets knocked out by Salem. Now Stella Rowley knocking it out. Collins knocks it to the far side. Nerrick looking for it there. Gives it back to Correnti. Nerrick picks up deflection. Gets by, but pushed it too far. Now she takes it away. Nice job by Nerek. Taking it down the far side. Salem's going to let it go out of play. She got around one, trying to get around the second one, pushed it a little too far. And again, that rain is just enough to be a pain in the neck. Blowing across the field. Popped up. Mackenzie Shea trying to get there. Heads it away. Salem will knock it out. Classical will get the throw in down deep. This is about the deepest that Classical has been. Maybe in the half, certainly in a long time. Page will take the throw in as we get a substitution. Off the Salem head. Classical will get a corner kick. Deflected. He brought it right back to Waterman. Her kick got blocked. Page blocks it. Pops it up. Classical was still back near the net. They were way outside. They had three black shirts that were still behind the defense. They didn't get back upfield. And Page kicked it deep, and they were all back there. It was an easy call for the official. Collins takes it away, tips it up. McGaughey tried to tip it by. And I don't know if they pushed or jammed or hit McGaughey, but Classical was going to get a free kick. I don't know how he blew the whistle down around the 20-yard line. They're getting a kick from the 40-yard line. I don't know how that came about. Mary Collins got a head on it. It goes all the way through to Galante Barrett, and she'll hold on and then she'll kick it away. I don't know how that kick wound up being at the 40-yard line. It looked like McGaughey was squeezed between a couple of defenders, but that was down around the 20-yard line. Flaherty kicks it away. Bounces off ahead. McGaughey looking for it. McGaughey's out in front, and she pushed it too far. She had Mackenzie Shea with her, and the ball was bouncing, and she was running, and she tapped it a little too far, and it went out of play. But there's McGaughey getting involved again. Just past the halfway mark of this second half, 1-0 Salem. They got the goal early in the first half. Madison White is the difference. Waterman with a little shift. Trying to throw it ahead. It got deflected. I thought it was Salem knocked it out. They're calling it off Mackenzie Shea. That one goes off McLaren. Mackenzie Shea gets around, blocks, gets around again. Nice job. Salem will knock it out. Young freshman Isabella Cunha knocking it out. Page with the throw-in. McCarthy got a foot on it. McLaren trying to keep it alive. Mackenzie Shea tips it. It went behind McGaughey, and Salem kicks it out of play. Page will get the throw-in. So Classical keeping it down this end, but they can't get a shot on net. They've been a step or two away from making something happen. virtually the whole game, especially McGaughey and Thurman. Tipped away. Kept in play. McLaren back to Page. Trying to knock it to the net. Thurman can't get there before Galante Barrett comes out almost to the 10-yard line. Kick is away. Collins stepped in, got a piece of it. Salem knocks it away. McClellan tipped it. Collins got it. Page trying to make a play. Collins gets around again. Bumped off the play by Cunha. Waterman wound up with it, gives it to Correnti. Trying to knock it deep. Thurman hustling. Not going to get there. It's going to go out of play. Not from lack of effort. Haskell takes it away. Trying to throw it to the net. They got it to the net. Mackenzie Shea was looking for, hopefully, a rebound. Galante Barrett didn't give one. Grabbed it and held on. Tipped away by Collins. Knocked out by Salem. Salem is just back on their heels. They're trying to keep Classical off the board. They had the better territorial-wise in the first half. Classical had it here in the second half. They just can't get the ball, can't really get a shot on net. They haven't had an opportunity yet. McGaughey tipping it, looking to get around, walks around. Salem knocks it out. Classical will get a corner kick. I think it's Correnti going to take it. The one shot they have, they kept forcing McGaughey to her right, and she finally took the shot, and Izzy's shot went wide right. It wasn't really a shot on net. Galante Barrett made the save, but she made it at the side of the net rather than out in the middle of the net. And that's really the closest they've come. They've had a couple of near misses. Mackenzie Shea almost got a foot on that. Salem knocks it out. It popped up. It bounced high. She couldn't get to it. McGaughey tried to head it to the middle. Salem knocks it up. Shea got a head on it. Battling. And I think they're going to get Salem for manhandling Mackenzie Shea. And it's not going to be a corner kick. It's going to be virtually a corner kick from about 10 feet or 15 feet closer. A straight shot to the front of the net. They get it up. Salem got a piece. Shea couldn't get her foot on it. They drop it all the way back to Kebrew. Trying to knock it deep, just broken up by Salem's defense. If the defender didn't get that ball, McGaughey was going to be there to pick it off and walk in. They knock it deep. McGaughey going to get it. Down the near side. She can walk in, pushes it a little too far, and Salem knocks it out. She was coming down the near side, and when she got to it, she reached out, couldn't get really control of it, went off her foot, and rolled. She couldn't collect, she couldn't pull in. She wound up to the left of the net in the end zone, and Salem got there and knocked it out, and Correnti will take another corner kick. From the near side, out in front, knocked away. They leave it for Correnti. She tried to knock it to the middle. And she kind of shanked it a little bit and pulled it wide left and out of play. Galante Barrett will kick it away. The rain really hasn't slowed down. The only saving grace for me is that it's blowing from right to left on your screen, and it's not coming down. If it comes down, it fills the window I'm looking through, and I have a hard time seeing the field. This is blowing right by. But it's a pain in the neck for the people on the field. That bounced up and got somebody on the hand or an arm, and Glasgow's going to get a free kick. Kathleen Mannion, just outside the 35-yard line. Going quickly. Gets it up. Gets it by. And before, I think it was Elijah Carenti could get to it, Galante Barrett came out and took it away. Salem knocks it out. So as I said, it's been almost virtually in the Salem end this entire second half, but they can't generate a shot. And they're going to call Glasgow for making contact there, battling for the ball. Salem will get the free kick. Knocked out by Salem. Kathleen Mannion kicking it deep. Everybody missed it. Mackenzie Shea tried to get a head on it, missed it. McLaren got a piece of it. Hebrew swung and missed. It went right by her. She was going to knock it deep. Now she knocks it back to Flaherty, and Flaherty boots it up off McLaren. Collins collects, gets around. Down the near side, looking for Shea. Has to track it down. And it gets knocked out by Salem, I believe. And I think Salem is possibly get another corner kick, but with just 4 ticks under 9 minutes left, Salem leading Glasgow 1-0. We got a timeout down the field. Just under 9 minutes left. Glasgow still looking for a goal. They'd love to get a shot. They break it up. They knock it deep. McGuire, that's been the story of Glasgow. They've been a step and a half, just that much late. They've kept the pressure on the second half, but it hasn't paid off. Salem is almost like saying, we got the goal, we don't need any more, we'll just sit back and play defense and keep Glasgow off the board, because they're certainly not doing anything offensively. They haven't been in the Glasgow end that much. And when they get there, like now, Glasgow takes it right back. They try to knock it deep, they knock it too deep. Great hustle by Glasgow to keep it in. That looked like it was going out. Salem knocks it out. Really good hustle by McGuire. She's had a terrific game. Throwing down deep. You get the feeling that if they could get a shot on net, it would probably go in. Salem knocks it away. Page hustling to get it. Salem knocks it away and they collect on the near side. Deflected away. Kathleen Mannion knocks it deep. Broken up by who else? McGuire gives it to Shea. Try to slide it ahead. Nobody there. It rolls in to Galante Barrett. McGuire made the pass to Shea, but then she ran into a defender. Couldn't get downfield to get to the pass. Salem knocks it deep. Flaherty comes way out of the net, boots it back the other way. Haskell takes it away. Pop to the middle. This is about the longest that Salem has kept it in the classical end. Flaherty comes out and picks it off. And she'll kick it away. Salem did this in the first half, and it resulted in their one goal. They put the pressure on, kept it in the classical end. Classical's done the same. They've kept it in the Salem end, but they can't get the shot on net. Waterman with the pass. Tipped. Salem knocks it away. Tipped away again. Classical trying to come back. Waterman couldn't get around. Keebrew broke it up. Keebrew lost it. Keebrew gets it back. And trying to tip it to the middle, got picked off. Kathleen Mannion stepped in and got a foot on it. Mackenzie Shea to McLaren, tried to get it to Collins. It got blocked. They knock it deep. Flaherty will come out and get it. And we've got in the final 5 minutes, so the clock is virtually off. They ran it. Now they shut it off, and the officials will keep the time down on the field. So the clock is now the enemy for Classical because they're going to try and get a goal. Salem knocks it out. Classical keeps it in the Salem end. And with under 5 minutes left, we're going to get another timeout down the field. Classical's got to put a little pedal to the metal, out in front, walking in through a maze of players. Galante Barrett just she looked like a halfback running through the line of scrimmage. She ran up between 3 or 4 players and just grabbed the ball. And of course, if you're Salem now, what you want to do is just knock the ball deep down the other end and keep it in the Classical end if you can. They haven't been able to get it down there in a long time. And when they do, it gets out of there very quickly. But Classical has dominated territorial-wise the second half, but they can't get a shot on net. And if you're Salem, just knock it deep. Page hustles over and breaks it up. Skips past Mannion. Page hustling gets it. Never pushed it up. Salem breaks it up. Blocked. Thurman tried to get it. Out off Salem. Time winding down on the Rams here. Thurman keeps it alive. Battling, keep battling. Wins the battle, but then Salem takes it away. They knocked it into the Classical bench area. Salem trying to carry it up. All he should do is just knock it deep. Mary Collins with a little hip check right there. But then she knocks it into the Classical bench area. Not a lot of time left, and it's unfortunate. Classical played a very, very well through this game. They had a terrific second half, but they just can't put the ball in the net. They can't get a shot on net. Tipped, broken up by Salem. Collins takes it away. Nerrick with it. Page knocks it deep. Thurman trying to go get it. Salem bangs it off Thurman, out of play. They're calling it off Salem. I thought she banged it off Thurman, but Page hustling. The clock is the enemy now, not Salem. Thurman trying to get a foot on it. Knocked down. Salem knocks it out. Page blocked. Salem takes it away and they knock it deep, and that's where they want it. Kebrew will hustle and get it. And they knock it by Kebrew. And then it gets blocked, and this is fitting right into the plans of Salem right now. They've got it where they want it in a Classical end, leading 1-0 with very little time left in the game. Salem knocked it out. Classical has to get a little giddy up in their step. They give it to Flaherty to kick away. They got to hurry. And too late. Clock runs out. So Madison White got that goal in the first half. Classical did everything they could. They dominated the second half. Flaherty had no chance on the goal. She played outstanding. Second half, Salem couldn't get the ball out of their own end. Classical just couldn't get a shot on net. They played terrific. McGaughey, Thurman, Mary Collins, Waterman, Mackenzie Shea, all had working hard to get a shot. McClammon played well. The defense of Kebrew and Page and Correnti. Nerrick played well also. They just couldn't get a shot on net, couldn't get that goal to get back in the game. And Salem actually survives the second half where they couldn't get any offense going. Classical had them back on their heels. But that one goal in the first half by Madison White, they made it stand up. Ella Galante Barrett in net gets the shutout, and Salem will go to 6-6. They reached the 500 mark. Classical will have to wait till the next game to try and get win number 2. But if they keep playing like this, they're going to get it. 1-0 Salem over Classical. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.